Welcome adventurers! Today I want to tell you about Arafinn Kontor. And it's a knowledge base of Arafinn Universe, a universe where return to Nangrim RPG will take place. And yes, it's Dwarven RPG. If you follow my channel for a long time, probably you already know about it. And if you don't, it's time to like this video and subscribe to my channel. And let me tell you more. Arafinn Universe is a huge world, full of magic, ancient legends, different races like dwarves, elves, humans, giants, and even orcs. And Arafinn Kontor will allow you to study maps, learn about the races, read listen to the books, and even comics. Arafinn world is so big, full of lore, and here you will find all answers. So far, wiki and comic sections is not available, but it's only a demo version. But you can take a look at the map and study all of this region, all this world. Or you can choose a book to read. As you can see, there will be a lot of books, but so far in demo version, only a few of them unlocked. And I suggest you to sit, relax and listen to these beautiful books. And we will start with the myths about the gods.
Before there was time, before there was land or sea, there were the gods, born by the light that brought life and from death, risen from darkness. After the shadows came light, and after the light, shadows were again to supersede each other in amaranthine transition. And they wandered the world, infusing it with their spirits, each one of them giving a tinge of themselves to create, together with the giants, what we know today by the name Arafinn. Evenhar, serene, provident, and solicitous, with utmost care, inspirited organic matter, giving it shape and will, and the capacity to reproduce and continually change until its return to loam. Tal'Dorei, gifted constructor, engineer of shape and geometry, gave to everything its number and size. He had an affinity for everything lustrous and precious, which he treasured out of the sight of the other gods. He preferred the cold humidity of the mountain stones over the glaring heat of the sun. Nerman, quiet observer, pondering the miraculous and nondescript, eager both to keep the balance between his siblings and to find for himself the right path. Based on his decree, the first people of Arafinn built the principles to govern their cohabitation. Ashkodar, impetuous and torrential, always felt a profound disenchantment with his siblings. His deep feelings of being bypassed by creation ignited mountains and brought hostility, rage, and bitterness to the creatures of Arafinn. Together, they created the world in balance as our cradle, and for a long time, they shared meadows with us, guiding us until we became more and more like them. The children of Taldaran turned to the mountains, the snow, and the woods. From the Gimlor forest to the Icelands, they became talented craftsmen and treasurers. The beings of Evenhar settled down in the area of the Therum Narrows, taking care of all life forms, from the greatest to the smallest. Nermin's following spread across the north and the Midlands, from the deserts of Gorjarun to the lands of Eshgard, diversifying their skills according to their environment. The gods saw that their creation was of good nature, and so they decided that it was time to leave what they had brought into existence, not before they gave their children their most precious gift. Given to them by their parents, the four guarded the Union Stone, the origin of all power. Together, at the gods' table, they decided to split the stone into 4 pieces. 1 piece to be given to each of their tribes. But Ashgadar made his own plans. Blinded by the feeling of being betrayed of the stone's power, at night he slipped into the great halls to seize the Union Stone and use it for his own purposes. But the moment Ashgadar grasped the stone, Nermin entered the halls. Shocked by the betrayal, Nermin attempted to warn his brother, but his words went unheard, as Ashgadar's mind was misted by the power of the stone. A fight broke out amongst the 2 brothers, each trying to wrest the stone from the other's hands. In the heat of the fight, the stone cut Ashgadar's hand, and, at the touch of his blood, the stone became poisoned with his destructive spirit. Taldaran hastened to the hall by the noise, and seeing the threat, struck out with his hammer, shattering the stone into fragments, and before it could do more harm, Nermin cast the poisoned fragment down into the lands of Arafinn. The fragment's fiery trail did not pass by unnoticed. Ashgadar's creatures, recognizing the stone as a sign from their lord, followed it and settled down in the place where it hollowed out the earth. Nothing in that place had been left living. It became a wasteland of fire and tar. Ashgadar's deeds brought him eternal banishment to Salhedar, where the undead souls linger in endless agony. And that day would go down in history as the Utgardan. The 3 remaining fragments were given to the children of Evenhar, Taldaran, and Nermin. 1 child each from among the tribes of Taldaran and Nermin was chosen, one who was found worthy to protect and treasure the fragment. These fragment keepers were the ones to whom the tribes turned, and with time, each of them became what today we call king. Evenhar's children took a different path. Seeing themselves as an allegiance of equals, They formed the Great Council to protect their fragment together. Time passed, and the gods have never been seen since. The knowledge of the existence of the fragments and the memory of the Utgardin vanished into oblivion. Only the first scrolls still testify to their existence and their meaning for all life in Arafinn. But Ashgadar's children never forgot. Disfigured and drawn by their environment, they became a nation of blood and war. Their hatred for the other gods and their children only grew stronger, and they swore eternal vengeance, waiting for the day the one Uturi would come to unite them all and to reclaim what should always have been theirs.
I hope you enjoyed this story, and there is one more story, one more book in this demo version, so I will leave a link to it in the description of the video. And friends, I was glad to see you all, and till the next video, meet you there.